seconds, the Middle East is once again on the edge of chaos. Donald Trump has rejected Iran's latest response. Oil prices are rising fast. Military tensions are growing around the Strait of Hormuz. And now many fear this crisis could turn into a much bigger war. But what is really happening behind the scenes? And why is the whole world suddenly watching Iran and America so closely? Stay with us, because this story is becoming more dangerous every hour. Did America and the world is watching. Hook intro, 15 to 25 seconds. Tonight, tensions between Iran and the United States have reached a dangerous new level. Iran has rejected America's latest proposal. Donald Trump is calling Tehran's response totally unacceptable. And now the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important oil routes, is at the center of a growing global crisis. Oil prices are rising, military threats are increasing, and many fear this conflict could spiral out of control. So what is really happening? And why is the entire world suddenly on edge again? Main script: the Middle East is once again moving closer to a major geopolitical crisis. Over the past few hours, tensions between Iran and the United States have escalated dramatically after Tehran officially responded to a U.S. proposal aimed at ending the conflict. But instead of peace, Iran's answer has created even more fear. According to Iranian state media, Tehran demanded two major things. First, Iran wants recognition of its sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important waterways on Earth. And second, Iran is demanding compensation. For many analysts, this response shocked Washington. U.S. President Donald Trump reacted strongly, calling Iran's reply totally unacceptable. He also accused Tehran of playing games with the United States and with the rest of the world. And now, global tensions are rising once again. But to truly understand why this matters, we need to talk about the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway may look small on a map, but it controls nearly 1/5 of the world's oil supply. Every single day, massive oil tankers pass through this route carrying energy to countries across Asia, Europe, and beyond. If this route becomes unstable, the entire global economy could feel the impact, and Iran knows that. In a new warning, Iran's military said that countries enforcing sanctions against Tehran could face problems when their ships use the strait. That statement immediately raised fears of possible attacks, naval confrontations, or disruptions in global oil transport. And the markets reacted fast. Brent crude oil prices jumped above $104 per barrel. U.S. crude oil also surged sharply. Investors now fear that peace talks between Washington and Tehran may be collapsing once again. And if diplomacy fails, the risk of military escalation becomes much higher. At the same time, another major development is creating headlines around the world. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made a surprising statement during an interview with CBS. He said Israel should slowly reduce its dependence on American military support. Right now, the United States provides Israel with around $3.8 billion every year in military aid. But Netanyahu said he wants that number reduced to zero over the next decade. That statement surprised many political observers. For decades, U.S. military support has been one of the strongest pillars of the U.S.-Israel relationship. But Netanyahu believes Israel must become more independent in the future. He also warned that support for Israel inside the United States is changing. According to him, social media has played a major role in shaping public opinion. He claimed that several countries are using online platforms in a strategic way to influence global narratives against Israel. And while political tensions continue to rise, another important story is developing inside Iran itself. Nobel Peace Prize winner Nargiz Mohammadi has reported been transferred to a hospital in Tehran after serious health concerns. Mohammadi has spent much of the last 2 decades as a political prisoner inside Iran. Her release on bail after days in the hospital is now drawing international attention. For many people around the world, her case represents the growing human cost behind the political conflict. But the biggest question right now is this: what happens next? Can diplomacy still save the situation? Or are the United States and Iran moving toward an even more dangerous confrontation? Military experts are now closely watching every move in the region. Warships, fighter jets, missile systems, and intelligence operations are all becoming part of this growing geopolitical chess game. Even China is reportedly studying the conflict carefully. Experts believe Beijing is analyzing how American military systems operate under pressure. Why? Because any future conflict involving China and the United States could depend heavily on lessons being learned right now in the Middle East, and that makes this situation far bigger than just Iran and America. This is now becoming a global strategic issue. The world is watching. Oil major ratings are reacting. Governments are preparing. And millions of ordinary people are wondering the same thing. Could this crisis become something much larger? For now, diplomacy has not completely collapsed, but trust between both sides appears weaker than ever. And in moments like this, even one mistake can change everything. The situation between Iran and the United States is developing very fast, and the next few days could be extremely important for the future of the Middle East and the global economy.
What do you think?
Will diplomacy win, or are we heading toward a larger conflict? Leave your opinion in the comments below. And if you want more real-time war updates, geopolitical analysis and global conflict coverage, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and stay safe.